Most people first understand the RAG as PDF chat, where you will upload a document, ask a question, get an answer. But RAG is much more important than that. RAG is one of the core patterns behind the serious LLM application because the LLM may be powerful, but it does not automatically know your private documents. It does not know your company policies, your latest product data, your internal knowledge base, or your customer support history. So before the model answers, we retrieve the right information, we give it to the model as a context. Now, that is the very simple idea behind the RAG. Now, here's how that I want you to hold it. RAG means model will answer with the help of retrieved context. So you will perform this search as a first activity and then you will do the answering. In this video, I'll explain the RAG in very simple terms, how it works, why it matters, and where it fails, and how to think about it like a serious AI builder. I'll give you a lot of plain analogies so that you can understand about it. So let's get started, guys. First of all, let's start by understanding a key thing, that is what exactly is this RAG is going to solve. Why is not my LLM is not able to answer on its own? See, if you think about it, an LLM is trained on a huge amount of public text. So it knows a lot of the things about the world in general, but it does not automatically know your world. It does not know your private documents. It does not know your latest update, your internal policies, your customer specific data, your product knowledge, your database record. Now, here's the tricky part. When the model is missing that information, it doesn't always say as I don't know. Sometimes it starts guessing. Now, we'll call that as hallucination, which is a confident answer that is not grounded in anything real. Now, if I want to give you an analogy, I want you to remember this. Imagine a very smart new employee. Like the employee is brilliant, the employee is experienced, he is fast, but it's their first day. Now, if you ask them about your refund policy, and let's say if you don't give them your policy document, what do? They will answer from their old memory, which they have had from the companies that they have actually worked with. Now, in such scenario, they might be confidently wrong. So the fix is not to find the smarter person. The fix is to give them the right file before the actual answer. So the key line is this. LLMs are powerful, but they are not automatically connected to your knowledge. RAG is how you actually connect to them. Now, what happens when you combine RAG for an LLM? So what is the difference? So I want you to observe carefully. Now you have the same smart employee, but now what you have done is you have handed him the policy document, the right document first. Now the answer will now be grounded in your actual data, not a guess. Now that you have understood as why LLMs are not enough, let's understand as what exactly this RAG would mean. See, RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Three words. Now let's take them one at a time. Retrieval, here you will find the relevant information. Augmented, you will add that information to the prompt as a context. Generation, the model will write the final answer using that given context. That's it. Retrieve, augment, generate. And if you forget the three words, just remember this. Search first, then answer. Like think about a lawyer. I'll give you an example. Before answering any legal question, a good lawyer doesn't answer from the memory. They open the right case file first, and then they answer based on what that file actually says. Or you can think about an employee answering a policy question. They don't do the guessing. They check the policy document and then they answer. And the RAG does exactly that for the LLM. It opens up the right file first. So the key line is this. RAG means model will answer with help from the retrieved context. The model is still doing the generation of text, but it is generating the text not from the memory alone, but from the correct material that you have retrieved. Now, let's understand about the key thing, what we call it as the RAG pipeline. So let's open this box and understand how does the system actually finds this right information. So this is what we call it as the RAG pipeline. Now it looks like a lot of steps, but I'll keep it in a very simple way so that you can correlate and understand. Think of it in this way. Think of it as one example that I want to quote over here, like a company library. So think of it as your library, and whatever the documents that you have, think of it as the books. And what we are trying to build over here is we are trying to build a smart librarian who can find the exact right pages and hand them to our expert. So that's what we want to do. So step one, collect documents. Here you will gather your sources, policies, manuals, support tickets, product documents. Now think of it as the books that are going into your library. Step two, you will perform the cleaning and preparing them. You will strip out the junk. You will clear out the broken formatting, headers, footers, page numbers, messy books. So you will go ahead and you clean everything and you will keep the input that matters more. Step three is chunking. Here you will split your documents into chunks. We don't want to store the entire book as one piece. We cut them into useful section. Like think of these chunks as the useful pages. Now we'll come back to this at a later point. So then in the step four, we have what we call it as the embedding. So we convert each chunk into an embedding. Like think of this embedding as a way to capture the meaning of the chunk as numbers. Okay. Think of it as the meaning label. Like that's what I would recommend. Think of it as the meaning label. Now, on the step five, we have the vector database. We store these embeddings into my vector database. So this is our smart library index. So here, it does not organize by title or date. It organizes by meaning. Okay. Then in the step six, we have the question. Now here, at this point, the user will ask a question like, what is a refund window for the damaged item? Step seven, you will turn that question into an embedding as well. And then on the step eight, we have the retrieval step. Here we retrieve the relevant chunks. That means whatever the library index that you have created earlier after the chunking, whatever the library index that you have created, you will compare the question's meaning against all the pages that you have got, and you will pull the closest match. So this is the heart of RAG. Retrieval decides what the model gets to see. And the step nine, we add this context. So we pass those retrieved chunks into the LLM as the context. Think of it in this way. We are going to hand the expert with the right pages. And step 10, the model will generate the final answer using those chunks that we have provided or the context that we have provided. So the whole library is in one breath. If I want to say this, documents are the books, chunks are the useful pages, embeddings are the meaning labels, the vector database is your smart index, retrieval is nothing but finding that right page, and the LLM is the expert who writes the answer from them. The answer over here is only as good as the context that you retrieve. Now, if the retrieval hands over the wrong pages, even you may have the smartest model, it will still write the wrong answer. So that means your RAG work is dependent on making your retrieval good. Now, moving on, let's take a look into the important concepts over here. So first thing is the chunking. And here, this is a very important one. What exactly is this chunking? So this is how you cut the documents into pieces. Now, remember this, guys. Even though it sounds boring, it's a very critical aspect. Imagine that you are trying to tear a book into pages, but let's assume that you you tear it through the middle of an important sentence. Now, when you tear a page in the middle of a sentence, neither piece would make sense. A bad chunking splits the ideas apart, and retrieval can never be able to put them back together. So, when you're working with the RAG, chunking is not a small detail. Good chunks keeps the whole ideas together. Then what we have is the embedding. Now, this is going to turn the text into numbers, which will capture the meaning. Think of them as meaning fingerprints. Two sentences that mean the same thing get similar fingerprint, even if they use a different word. Okay, these embeddings will help us to search by meaning, not by the exact words. Then we have something called as the vector search. Now, this is a search by those fingerprint where here you'll be able to perform the search based on the meaning. The vector search looks for similar meaning. For example, if you ask as money back, it will find the page which says as refund because they mean the same, even though they are different words, but they are conveying the same meaning. There is one more concept that you would come across that is called as the top K retrieval. Now, whenever we are retrieving the data from our vector database, we choose how many chunks to bring back. Now, that number is called K. Now, if you bring back very few K, you might actually miss the answer. If you bring back too many, then you bury the model in noise. It's like telling the librarian to get me top 3 pages versus bring me 50 pages. So choosing the K is actually a real decision. Then what we have is the context window. Now this is the limited space where we place the retrieved chunks before my model answers. Like think of it as a desk. You can only fit so many pages on the desk at once. So you have to choose the right pages, not all of the pages. That's why the retrieval quality matters so much over here. Grounded answer. This is the goal. A grounded answer is the one that's actually based on the retrieved context, not on the model's memory or guess. So when someone asks as, is my answer grounded? What they're actually trying to ask over here is, did it really come from the documents that we gave it? So I wanted to remember this, guys. Chunking is not a small detail. Embedding will help us in search by meaning, and retrieval decides what the model gets to see. Now, there's one more terminology that most people gets confused, that is RAG versus fine tuning. Like, should I fine tune the model instead? Why should I use RAG? See, they are here to solve two different problems. RAG will give the model the right answer at the answer time. Fine tuning trains the model to behave differently, like its style, its format, its tonality. So, the cleanest analogy is this: RAG is like giving a student an open book during the examination. The knowledge is in the book, the student just needs the right page. Fine tuning is like training that student over many weeks so that they answer in a certain style by habit. So when your information changes often, or when your information is private, or if it is external, like policies, product documentation, support history, RAG is usually the right tool. You don't retrain every time a fact changes. You just retrieve the latest page. Fine tuning is going to shine when you want to change a behavior, like a consistent format, a specific tone, a specialized skill. It's not when you're trying to load the changing facts. So, for many business knowledge use cases, RAG is usually the first pattern to understand before you actually go for fine tuning. Do not fine tune to memorize the documents that keep changing. So think about retrieval instead. Now that you have understood about the RAG, now the question that would come in your mind is, should I learn this RAG in 2026? See, first of all, RAG it has become the foundational. A huge number of real AI applications right now require the private or changing knowledge. And that's exactly what the RAG provides. Think about the companies or the application that the companies are building, like a customer support assistant that will answer from the help center. Or think of it as a HR policy assistant where it is trying to answer the employees based on the HR policies maintained in a specific location, or a legal document assistant, an internal knowledge bot, a product documentation assistant, a technical support co-pilot, a learning assistant, a compliance assistant. If you notice something, none of these are just chatbot. They are the knowledge system. They live or die on whether they can pull the right information at the right moment. So the key line here is this. Many serious LLM applications are not just chatbot, they are the knowledge system. And RAG is the pattern which is underneath almost all of them. So if you learn it well and you can build a thing that the companies can is actually requiring for. Now, if this explanation helped you, maybe finally you were able to understand the RAG at a very high level. Good, because that was the goal. The next step is to learn how you can build properly, because a sample PDF chat demo is not enough. Maybe you can check out the RAG Accelerator program that we have got, where we go into the whole pipeline, where we understand about chunking, embeddings, vector search, and the documentation, the documents update for the vector database. The overall idea and the goal is very simple. It's from helping you to go from I know what RAG means to I can design and build a RAG system properly. So you can check the link in the description. So folks, before I go, I want to tell this again. RAG is simple at the idea level, where you will search first and then answer. Now you understand that. But building it well takes the engineering judgment. That means, what documents do you use? How do you chunk them? How do you retrieve the right context? How do you evaluate the answers? And how do you know an answer is actually grounded? So go ahead and start thinking in those lines. If you require the structured learning, you can choose the accelerator. Join our community for getting the update summary in a PDF format about this enterprise rack. System ship, demo stored. This is Nachiketh Murthy. I'll see you in the next one.